Hello and welcome to another How to Tie Knots video. Today we are going to look at the sheep bend, which is another knot that can be used to tie two ends of rope together. Similar to a square knot, but there are some very key differences. So first we're going to look at the sheep bend. And at first glance, you'd say that there might be some similarities between it and the square knot. But typically, one of the big differences is a square knot is usually used to tie two ends of the same rope together, whereas a sheep bend is very often used to tie two ends of different rope together, especially, as you can see here, rope of two different sizes. Now, the biggest key difference between a sheep bend and a square knot is when you're tying two different size pieces of rope together, you can see it can be done using a square knot. So you can see right here. But as long as there is tension on all pieces of the rope, this knot will hold just fine. But as soon as we start taking tension off, you can see that this knot slips and it starts to fall apart. So a square knot really isn't good to be able to tie two different size pieces of rope together, especially when one of those pieces of rope is this nylon cord right here. So to tie our sheep bend, we're going to use the other ends here. You can start off as a similar way if you use that particular method to tie a square knot, or a similar method as if you're going to tie a thieves knot, is you make a loop in one end. And I usually like to use the larger end to make the loop in, because it just makes it easier to work with. Then we'll take our other end, and that's going to pass through the loop and come around. Then it's going to come back up and through this new loop we have now created in our smaller rope. We're going to pull it through. Now the crucial part is it goes through here but stays above the loop of the orange, as you can see right here. It stays above it. Do not put it back through the loop. That's not going to work, so don't put it through there. It stays above, and then we're going to pull it tight. And then once we have it tight, we can pull on just the ends, and you can see that that knot isn't going anywhere. And that is our sheep bend. It's a little bit more advanced of a knot, a little bit more difficult to tie than a square knot or just simple overhand knots, but it's a good one to know, because if you ever need it, if you ever have two different pieces of ropes like that, especially if you're out camping, out in backcountry, you need to tie something together. It's a very strong knot. You can see it's as strong as the rope. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.